al bijna 2 jaar geleden dat het laatste studioalbum van Level 42 verscheen, Staring at the Sun. Ondanks veel veranderingen in de band en verschillende soloprojecten zijn Mark en Mike elkaar altijd trouw gebleven in Level 42.
So, the dynamic duo in your garden?
Ratman and Throbbing.
Who's Boy Wonder, you could wonder. That's Mike and Mark. Mike, you did your solo album?
That's right.
How's it working with Mark again?
It's very nice. I mean, we had a break, you know, for 18 months, which was a chance to do other things and refresh those parts of the brain that needed refreshing. And
You weren't fighting?
No, not at all. No, it just seemed like a good idea at the time to sort of just take time off, because if you're a creative person, then you can't sort of be creative to order. You've sometimes got to let your sort of creative battery recharge. And a good way to do that is to just do something totally different and get away from it. Because now the advantage is, now that we've come back, you know, it's paid off, because the new songs are working really well, sounding really good.
Talking about the new album, there's going to be a couple of songs on it, about 10 or 16. You haven't finished that...
10 or 16.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. No, it is. This one.
You have to sort it out right now. Then you go on tour again, playing the old stuff. So when I mention a couple of names of songs,
yes,
I would like to have your reaction on it.
Right.
For instance, your first big hit in Holland was Love Games.
Well, what is there to say? We've been playing it, I suppose, ever since then. And it's one that we always come back to, because it seems to be, in certain places, it's definitely an old favourite.
Yeah, we've played it at various speeds over the years. Sometimes, when we first used to do it live, we used to play it about 1,000 miles an hour. Because, like, we were so nervous about playing it. We found it very hard to keep the tempos down on it. I always remember the Chinese Way. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Used to just go at the speed of light. In fact, I think we were the first thrash metal band. No, finish.
But if you play a song like Love Games for 1 million times, you have the same feeling with playing the song, or is it just an automatic pilot who says, well, now I have to do this?
Well, I mean, we try and change it each time. You know, each time a tour comes around. If we were to play exactly the arrangement that we played in 1980, then we would be fed up with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we revisit it and we maybe change a bit here and there to make it a bit more interesting to us.
Lessons in Love.
Yes. Oh, Lessons in Love. It's a beauty.
I'm not proud, I was wrong, and the truth is hard to take.
Is that your favorite?
No. Do you know that one of my favourites, actually, is To Be With You Again? I don't know why, but I always like doing that song. And, I mean, I don't know why, but it's just, there's something sort of heroic about it. And, you know, everyone wants to be a hero once in a while.
I've been making moves in change.
Behalve in de studio's in Londen wordt een belangrijk gedeelte van de albums van Level 42 hier op White opgenomen. Naast het huis van Mark is een oude schuur omgebouwd tot een van de modernste studio's van Engeland.
Mark, you were born on the Isle of Wight.
Correct.
Then you moved to London to start your musical career. Why did you return to the Isle?
Because it's a very nice place, and it's very safe, and I had such a nice time growing up here as a child that I thought it would be a great place for the children to grow up. And big houses are cheap.
You want to be a milkman again here on the Isle of Wight? Because that was one of your first jobs, huh?
It was, yeah. It was. I still sort of hold that it was perhaps the most satisfying job in terms of because of the physical labour involved. You know, you get up at the crack of dawn and you go out and you do the milkman. In the afternoons you work on the farm, and you work very hard because it's manual labour. You actually feel that you earn your paltry sum at the end of the week, and that's quite satisfying in a masochistic kind of way.
Something else. Phil and Boone Gold, they left the band 3 years ago. Alan Murphy, well, he died in 1989. Mike did a solo project. What's the current situation on Level 42?
Well, it doesn't sound good, does it, when it's put like that, really? You know, it's either not good for your health or... The current situation is that the band, you know, is still Level 42. It still consists of myself, Mike, and Gary Husband. We haven't got a permanent replacement on guitarist yet. Mainly because the sort of criteria that you have to meet, I think that even when we go out on tour, obviously we'll have a guitarist with us, but I don't know that he'll be like the fourth member of the band, because because there'll be so much, no matter how sort of, you know, how you want to set yourself out of it, there'll be a peer pressure, because Alan dying in the band was something that nobody expected, nobody wanted to happen. We were very happy having Alan in the band, because not only was he a great guitarist, but he was a fantastic man as well. And after sort of 10 years of, you know, like touring around and doing the bits and pieces, when you're sort of 5 months, 6 months into a tour and everyone starts getting very frumpy and, oh, shut up, I don't want to go, sir, and it gets all moody. Oh, I never do, it's the others. Me, I'm always all right. But the others get like this. That's when you need someone who's a nice guy, you know. You don't need sort of immature egos knocking around. You don't need the kind of houses because you think, oh, look, you know, I've done all this before, I don't want to do all this again.
You think that Level 42 will have access to a young audience again?
If you write good enough music and the